So, here we go, part 2 of the Blu-ray collection video. So today we're going to take a look at the Steelbooks, so let's get straight to it. Before we dive into the Steelbooks, I just want to take a minute, do me a favour, hit the subscribe button, click that bell icon to get notified of all future videos. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is the Blu-ray cabinet with my minifigure displays above it. Yeah, so I call this the Steelbook Cabinet, and yeah, it's probably the most impressive part of my collection. At one point, there used to be, you know, once upon a time there used to be an entire empty shelf. But yeah, what I think really did it for me with space-wise is the DC and MCU Blu-rays and the Christopher Nolan Blu-rays, because they practically take up almost 3 shelves. Then the Doctor Who collection, and then the Star Wars collection as well has taken up a fair bit of space. So yeah, so let's get straight into it. So as you can see from the Steelbook cabinet, I have quite the extensive Steelbook collection. I mean, this is probably the thing that got me really into collecting in the first place, is Steelbooks, because there's just something about a Blu-ray in a metal case that it's so damn collectible. So we're going to start with, I'm going to do them 2 shelves at a time. So these 2 shelves are Christopher Nolan, DC, and most of the MCU. There are a few MCU Blu-rays that are on the 3rd shelf, so it's most of them. So let's just dive straight in. First up we have the Prestige. This one is open, but I've got it in a protective slip. I have most of my Blu-rays in protective sleeves because it just stops them from getting scratched, especially dust scratches, because dust scratches are really bad. Yeah, this I got this a while ago. I think I got it when the Dark Knight trilogy Steelbooks came out. So yeah, so there's the Prestige, and oh look, the Prestige. You might be wondering, why on earth do I have 2 what looks like identical copies of the Prestige? It's the same artwork, slightly different styling. This version of the Prestige has like a border and an embossed logo. This is all flat. This is also a 2-disc Blu-ray. This I also haven't opened because it's sold out. So that one is, you know, the ones I don't open that I sort of collect, that I sit on. I like them appreciating in value. It just makes the collection feel more expensive. And then we have Interstellar again, same deal with this. This came as part of the same collection as the Prestige. These were from Xavi. I think they came out last year. Then we have Batman Begins. This one is open. The Dark Knight. This is my all-time favourite movie. You're going to see this film pop up more times than any other film. In fact, the Dark Knight trilogy you're going to see pop up more times, I think, than anything else. I have several different versions of the Dark Knight trilogy, and the Dark Knight is my all-time favourite movie. The Dark Knight Rises. This is the HMV Steelbook back when it came out. Good stuff. Then we have Batman Begins again. This was the Xavi exclusive that was sold last year. I'm keeping the Xavi one sealed. The Dark Knight. It was nice to get different artwork for this one, because the Batman Begins artwork's the same. And the Dark Knight Rises again. It was nice to get different artwork, just, you know, make it a little bit different. Then we have the Xavi exclusive of Tenet on 4K. includes a bonus disc. I quite like this artwork. There were two different artworks. There was this one, and then there was the glass with the bullet hole. I quite liked both, but I opted for this one because I thought it'd fit the Xavi, Chris Nolan Steelbooks. Then we have our DCEU, starting off with the Jim Lee artwork ones. This is Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. I don't think it's the best movie ever, but I do think it sometimes gets a little bit of flack that I don't think it deserves. Then we have the Jim Lee artwork of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I just love these Jim Lee cover designs. I think they are beautiful. And that's a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray as well. Then we have Justice League in the Jim Lee art style as well. Then we got Wonder Woman in the Jim Lee art style. And then we have Aquaman in the Jim Lee art style as well. So the ones I'm missing Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, I think. And maybe Shazam. Was there a Shazam one? I think there was a Shazam one. I don't have a Shazam at all on Steelbook, and the first release of that Steelbook's really easy to get. Then we have the original Man of Steel Steelbook with the 3D Blu-ray. It's a fine Steelbook. There's no art on the back. I really like this Steelbook. This is the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice with the 3D Blu-ray, and on that side you've got Batman with the Superman logo, and on the flip side it's Superman with the Batman logo. And what I like is it is literally like you flip it around like that. So if I was to turn it around that way, Batman's upside down. Yeah, this was a HMV exclusive Steelbook. And then we got the other Justice League Steelbook. This was a HMV one. It sounds like something's rattling in there. You Can't Save the World Alone. I hope they do a physical release for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, because I quite like a Snyder Cut Steelbook, especially in the Jim Lee artwork style. Then we have the other Wonder Woman Steelbook with the Blu-ray 3D. And then we have the Aquaman Xavi exclusive 4K Steelbook. Moving on to Suicide Squad. Not a massive lover of this film, but it's a cool Steelbook, and I do have a signed Jared Leto Joker playing card, which is quite nice. Birds of Prey. I absolutely loved this film. I thought this film was a lot of fun. And it's always nice to get DC films that are fun. Moving on to the MCU now, we have Iron Man. This is the Play.com exclusive. Last time I checked, this was worth like 75 quid. I don't know if it still is. At one point, this was like my most expensive Steelbook in my collection. It's not anymore. But yeah, I've kept that sealed. I've had that sealed for years. I got that for like my 16th birthday. That was one of my very, very early Steelbooks. Then we got the HMV exclusive 4 Steelbook. That one is open. And the HMV Captain America Steelbook. Or some of the protective sleeves are starting to split a little bit. I am thinking about getting protective slip cases instead, because I think they'll go over the sealed ones better as well. The HMV exclusive Avengers Assemble Steelbook. This one's got the pictures of the Avengers on the spine. The Xavi lenticular Blu-ray 3D exclusive Iron Man 3. Then we have the Xavi lenticular For the Dark World. The Xavi lenticular Captain America the Winter Soldier. The Xavi exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the original release that's designed to look like the Walkman. This I found in a CEX for a very good price. I think it was like 14 quid. Avengers Age of Ultron. This was the original Steelbook release. Ant-Man. This was the original Steelbook release. Some of them are sealed with protective slips over the top because the seal was starting to get a tad bit on the peeled side, which was a bit annoying. Captain America Civil War, this is the original release. I love that artwork. Doctor Strange, this was the original release. Most of these are Xavi as well. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that was the original Steelbook release. Spider-Man Homecoming with the magnetic spider. I sort of wish I had the HMV one for that, and you'll see why in a bit. For Ragnarok. And last one in this pile is Black Panther, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. This is a very nice looking steelbook, great movie as well. If you haven't seen Black Panther, highly recommend it. So that's the first two shelves. I'm going to put these back and get the next two shelves out. Okay, so finishing up with MCU, we have Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the HMV one with that cool artwork. They did one similar to this for did I say Spider-Man Far From Home or Spider-Man Homecoming? I think I said Spider-Man Homecoming, because they did a version like this in HMV for Spider-Man Homecoming, but it was the 4K release. Xavi had the 4K release of this, but hated the artwork. So I went with the HMV version, which was the Blu-ray, Blu-ray 3D and bonus disc. And I'm still trying to get my hands on the HMV version of the Homecoming one, just because I really like this artwork. So moving on to other Marvel. I mean, the first two I guess are technically MCU, but also not, because, you know, once Disney Plus became a thing, they just sort of cancelled all these shows. But we got Daredevil, the complete first season, and Daredevil, the complete second season. I only have the first two seasons. I don't even remember there being a steelbook for season 3. I don't think Disney will, but I would quite like steelbooks for things like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, just because it's part of the MCU. The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I quite like the back artwork on that. That's the poster for that movie. Then we have Doctor Who, The Power of the Daleks. This was a lost Doctor Who story that was animated and brought back to life. I have that on DVD as well. Then Doctor Who, the complete first series. This is my most expensive steelbook in my collection. If I went to sell this now on eBay, I could get anywhere from 200 upwards of 270 for this one steelbook, which is pretty insane. Especially because they didn't even film Series 1 in high definition. So the Blu-rays are they're just upscales. It's just the steelbook design. I mean, the artwork of these steelbooks are absolutely gorgeous. I completely forgot to say, actually, that I am missing two MCU films on Blu-ray, actually. I'm missing The Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2. Alright, so continuing on with Doctor Who, we got Doctor Who, the second series. This is about 80 to 100. Doctor Who, the complete third series. This, last time I looked, was about 50, 60, in that sort of range. Doctor Who, the complete fourth series. This is the only one I paid up for. I think I paid just shy of 50 quid for this. but it's now going for around 70-80 on eBay. Doctor Who The Specials, really love that artwork actually. Last time I looked on eBay, this was going for about 80. Doctor Who Series 5, this is my favourite series of the revival era. I haven't checked this one recently. I want to say about 60 conservatively. Doctor Who Series 6, this is one of my least favourite series of the revival era. This was about 50 conservatively. Doctor Who The Complete 7th Series, one of the newer releases. This I think is about probably about 50 as well. If I remember to do so, I'll try and put accurate pricing on the video as I go through them. Doctor Who The 50th Anniversary Special, this is the one that I accidentally brought two of. So, you know, good investment there. Especially considering some of the prices of those steelbooks. Doctor Who Series 9, this is one that I have opened because I got it second hand. This at one point, even pre-owned, was going for like 200 quid, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. Especially because this is the other series that I'm not a big fan of. I like the Zygon Invasion and the Zygon Inversion, and I like Under the Lake and Before the Flood, but the rest of it, well, Heaven Sent is an amazing episode, but everything else is just a bit meh. This is a really nice steelbook though. It's got Clara on the back. So that's Series 9. Complete Series 10. This is one of my other like standout seasons of the show for me. This was for me this was like a big return to form for the show. It was getting a bit stale, and this felt like Stephen Moffat had just taken over again. Like it was crazy how much it just had. It felt like it had a big revamp. I really liked Series 10. This is a nice steelbook as well. You got Bill on the back, and it's got some lenticular art cards in there as well. This is going for about, I think it's about 50 quid new and about 30 quid pre-owned at the moment. So the value on this one fluctuates quite a bit. Then we have Series 11, the steelbook that broke the cool art form thing that they've been doing. Mind you, saying that, some of the newer ones are breaking that slightly. Like that does not look as artistic as that. Which is what is making me think they're going to redo Series 9 and 10 as well. And probably do Series 8, because we haven't had a Series 8 steelbook, I don't think. And they'll probably redo Series 11 as well, especially because of the Series 12 steelbook they put out. I opened this one because this one basically has zero value. I kept it sealed for a little while, but the value just kept going. It was going up, then down, up, then down, up, then down, then just down, 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 down. I think it's mainly because people aren't a huge fan of Series 11. It's a nice enough steelbook. But yeah, I think they're going to redo this one anyway. So there's Series 11. And the reason I think they're going to redo it is because here we have Series 12, which has that same art form that we've been seeing a lot of recently. So those are the Doctor Who steelbooks. I'm just waiting for them to, you know, do Series 8, 9, 10, and 11 again, which they're probably going to because they've done the 50th anniversary special now. So now we're getting into just regular steelbooks. So we've got A Star Is Born. We've already seen this one as a regular Blu-ray. Love this film. Not sure what the value is like of some of these steelbooks. If I know what the value is, I will say it. If I don't, then I won't. Obviously. American Psycho, I kept this one sealed for ages, but it just wasn't worth anything, so I opened it. Anchorman and Anchorman 2. Baby Driver. This one's got a bit of value. I can't remember how much though. Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2, and Back to the Future 3. I did consider getting the newer 4K Steelbooks because I liked the DeLorean thing that they did, but I didn't because money, and I've already got Steelbooks. These aren't worth anything, but I have the Blu-ray box set, so I didn't feel the need to open those Steelbooks. Then we have Blade Runner, the final cut. The Bourne Legacy. Captain Phillips. I still haven't seen this movie. Everyone says it's really good. I should probably watch it. Carrie. This is actually a metal pack. You can tell by the spine. So metal packs have like hinges instead of the plastic spine on the steelbook. So there's the spine of a regular steelbook, and that's the spine of a metal pack. You probably can't tell very well actually, but yeah, it's just like hinges. Metal packs are all metal. Steelbooks have a little bit of plastic in them. Child's Play, the original, and The Conjuring. Okay, so that's the that's the third and fourth shelf. So I'm going to pull out the fifth and sixth shelf next. Alright, so we've got the, what is this, the fifth and the sixth shelf. So next up we've got Cowboys and Aliens, Despicable Me 2, Evil Dead 2, the original, Evil Dead, the remake, E.T., Elysium, The Expendables, and The Expendables 2, Filth, Final Destination 5, Ghostbusters, it's got a nice print on the back there, Gladiator, great film, not the greatest steelbook. It's one of those ones where it's just printed info on the back. GoldenEye, this is my favourite James Bond movie. The Green Hornet, The Green Lantern, The Great Gatsby. I actually really like this steelbook. I like the colouring of it. The original Halloween, this is the 35th anniversary edition. I did want to get the newer one, the 40th anniversary edition, but I didn't, because mainly financial reasons. Sort of wish I did, because that one sold out, but oh well. Highlander, Joker, 4K steelbook. This is quite a expensive one to get now. And this next one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was my first ever Blu-ray steelbook, and that is Kick-Ass, and it is one that I will probably never get rid of for the sheer factor it is my first ever one. It's not a great steelbook because it's got printed info on the back, but for a while it was worth a fair bit. I don't know if it still is. I don't think it is. But yeah, next up, La La Land. This is a really nice steelbook. Now, I wouldn't have La La Land twice in my collection. I love La La Land. The only reason I have to have it twice is because of the Emma Stone section. Otherwise, I would just keep the steelbook because I have opened it. Because this was one I couldn't wait actually to see if the value was going to go up. I just wanted to watch it. So I opened it. Sometimes I do that. Legend, Mad Max Fury Road plus the Mad Max Fury Road Black and Chrome edition. This one I think fetches a fair penny on the old second-hand market. The Matrix, Men in Black 3. What's this one? Non-Stop. I haven't seen that movie. Pacific Rim 3D. I've never been a big fan when they do a steelbook and they just shove 3D on the front cover. It's like you could just put that on like the cardboard backing. Planet of the Apes, the original. Psycho. This one's quite an expensive one now. I actually love that artwork. Actually, I was just looking at that, and the drain is embossed. It's really nice. The Purge. I'm not a big fan of the Purge films, so I don't really know why I have them on Blu-ray. But there we go. The Purge Anarchy. I quite liked this one though. Wasn't a big fan of the first one. Quite liked the Purge Anarchy. Haven't seen the others. Resident Evil Afterlife. I sort of unashamedly like the Resident Evil movies. I think they're quite fun. They're dumb, but they are quite fun. Resident Evil Retribution. Robin Hood Director's Cut. This is probably the single most boring Robin Hood movie ever. I did not have a lot of fun watching it. I feel like it's supposed to be really good, but that one bored the hell out of me. Unlike the one that is really bad with Taron Egerton, the newer one. That one's a terrible movie, but I had so much fun watching it. So, Salt with Angelina Jolie. I haven't seen that one in ages. I can't even remember what it's about. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This was the steelbook that I hunted down for ages. And then I got a really good deal on it. So, I think I paid like £7. Shaun of the Dead. This is one of those landscape steelbooks. The Shawshank Redemption. This is probably it. Just unobjectively, I think this is one of the greatest films ever made. I would probably have it in my top 10, but I just think just pure, like, from a unbiased, unobjective standpoint, I think it is just one of the greatest films ever made, The Shawshank Redemption. Sherlock Holmes, the Guy Ritchie one, and the sequel to Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. I love the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes movies. They're a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the third one, although it's not going to be directed by Guy Ritchie. It's going to be directed by... what's his name? What's his face? Oh, what's his name? Something Fletcher. Dexter Fletcher, that's it. Who directed Rocketman. He's a really good director and a really good actor as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Sherlock Holmes 3 as well as directing it. So, yeah, that is shelves 5 and 6. So, we are there. We are at the final two shelves. So, let's do it. Okay, so we are here. We are in the end game. Starting with this pile. Skyfall. This was a really rare one at one stage, and then I got it in CEX for like £7. So Star Trek, at one point this was worth £100, and when it was worth £100 I got it for a £5. That is what you call good investment. I don't think it's worth that much anymore, but it used to be, and that is the point. Star Trek Into Darkness. This one's not worth a whole lot. Star Trek Beyond. This one was, I can't remember if it still is, but that's why I've kept it sealed, because at one point it was worth a fair bit. Then we got our Star Wars Xavi exclusive 4K steelbooks. We got The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, which this one also got issued with a replacement case. So I do have an empty Empire Strikes Back case that just sits sort of on top of these steelbooks. Probably should put it in a protective cover, but that's the artwork. It's quite nice to have one of these open to a degree, because it's quite nice to see what it's like. Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, Rogue One, Solo, A Star Wars Story. That is it for the 4K Xavi Steelbooks, but it's not it for the Star Wars ones, because we have the HMV exclusive Force Awakens, the Xavi exclusive The Last Jedi, and the Xavi exclusive The Rise of Skywalker. This one I kept sealed because it sold out, and this one's got really, really, really beautiful artwork. And we also have the Xavi exclusive Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. I got quite a lot of Star Wars steelbooks, but it was nice to be able to afford to buy all those 4K ones, because it's nice to have a complete set of something. Sweeney Todd, Ted 2, Terminator 2 Judgment Day 3D version. Well, the back of this is really messed up at the moment. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's a really nice looking steelbook. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Top Gun, Total Recall, the remake. What have we got here? Wanted, the Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past. Then we have... what's going on here? Strange. Brave. I got this for free with Disney Rewards. As did I with this. Cars 2. This was free with Disney Rewards. Or a disc in it was free. Something about that was free, and I'm not sure what it was. The Jungle Book and The Little Mermaid. I got these when they were 2 for $20. Monsters Inc. Monsters University. The Nightmare Before Christmas. And the last one I also got for free, I think, off of Disney Rewards, and that was Up. That is all my Blu-ray steelbooks. So, just a little roundup here. I'll put how many steelbooks I have in the on the screen, probably below me. There are some that I've got hidden away because they are either ones that I'm planning to sell, or I moved them to fit other steelbooks into the cabinet. The steelbook collection I think needs a bit of an overhaul. There are some in there that I'm just like, why have I got that as a steelbook? I can just have that as a regular Blu-ray. So there is a bit of overhauling that I think needs doing with the steelbooks. But yeah, it's quite an extensive collection, and you know, I have them in the glass cabinet because they are the most valuable part of my Blu-ray collection. Bar maybe some of the collector's edition box sets I've got, they are the most valuable part, because regular Blu-rays aren't really worth anything unless they're out of print, and I don't think I've got many out of print Blu-rays, and if I do, they're ones that are still not worth anything because they were so heavily mass produced that there are still, like, there's loads of them out there. So yeah, so that's the Steelbooks. The next part is going to be all the other Blu-rays, including the section that I am going to refer to as the Blu-rays that I've bought that I haven't watched. And when I looked at it the other day, it made me go, I need to stop buying Blu-rays, because there are too many, and I can't actually fit all those ones into the collection. So I've got to be really selective over what stays and what goes. My rule of thumb with it is I'll watch it. If I like it, it stays. If I don't, it goes. But I'm going to have to be really harsh. I'm going to have to, like, really love it, I think. I watched one, which was the International, which I quite enjoyed, but I didn't deem it worthy enough to go into the collection. So that's still in that pile, because I don't know what to do with it, because it won't really sell for anything. So yeah, it's an interesting array. There'll be some Blu-rays in there for sure that you'll be like, why on earth do you own that? There'll be a little bit more of me explaining some of the Blu-rays in part 3. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified of all future videos. And this has been Chris Collects.